Once you know what your strengths and weaknesses are in your communication, you'll be able to master conversations with confidence. And the more you focus on your communication skills, the easier it is to talk to anyone, anywhere, and even better, to get your point across clearly so you actually feel understood. Now, if you want to optimize your life and especially your communication skills, grab your free life map below where I'll teach you how to design, build, and live your ideal lifestyle. Now, in my 30s, I learned to be living with Asperger's. I didn't actually know about Asperger's. I just had issues growing up where I would talk to people and I would come across sleazy or creepy or something. I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me because what I thought up here, I thought I was saying. But somewhere along the line, it would get scrambled. So when I would pay somebody a compliment, they would hear it as something different. It might come out in the wrong way or be delivered in the wrong way. Now, the more tired I am, that still happens from time to time, but it's a very, very frustrating thing for me. The great part, though, was once I learned what it was, I learned that there was a way for me to be able to do something about it. So much of my communication now has changed because I know of some of the issues that I have. I speak very clearly. I try and pronounce my words by opening my mouth. I try and speak slowly because I used to speak really fast like this and mumble and nobody could really understand me, and I'd talk all like one syllable and monotone. So because I knew about the problem, I could do something about it. Now, I grew up as the shyest kid in school. It's in my yearbook, something about sarcasm and saying nothing. So I know what it's like to be quiet, to be shy, but I've worked on my communication constantly. And now it's one of my strengths. It might have taken me a long time, but the more I do it, the better I get. The more I practice, the better I get. I'll walk away from conversations and think, oh, I did really well with that, but didn't do so great with that. I'll try and work on that next time. But now I'm confident talking in front of a camera, talking in front of a large group of people, running people through a workshop or a large group. None of that bothers me. If I have to go and talk to somebody that I've never met, no problem. I can do these things because I've learned how to communicate. I've figured out where my strengths and weaknesses lie, and I maximize my strengths and I work on my weaknesses. Now, here's how you can become a confident communicator as well, even if you feel like there's no hope or no point and it's never going to get any better. So first of all, make a list of your strengths and weaknesses in communication. What are you good at and what do you struggle with? Now, I know for me, I was absolutely terrible with small talk and I hated it. I just hated the idea of small talk. I wanted to talk about the interesting things. I wanted to hear somebody's story. Unfortunately, most people, they're not really willing to open up straight away and tell you their big story. You need to be able to learn how to break the ice, get somebody comfortable with the communication, get comfortable with just being in conversation with a stranger. So I did, and you can as well. So what are your strengths? What are you really good at? When you talk to someone, what do you find is easy? And then the other side of it is, what do you find is difficult? What's hard? Maybe it's difficult to ask for the next step. So let's say you meet somebody and you really enjoyed talking to them, you want to get to know them further, but you feel weird about asking them for their phone number or for their contact details or if they want to hang out or whatever. Great, put that in your weaknesses. And then maybe put the initial approach or the initial conversation, the conversation starter, in your strengths. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because the more you know where your strengths and weaknesses lie, the easier it's going to be to do some work on them. So the next step, which is the easy way, we choose one of your strengths and use that to your advantage. So what's that thing that you're really good at? Do that over and over and over and over again, and try and make that even better, just because it's already something that is easy for you to do, and you don't have to put too much effort in to make it that little bit better. You're already that good at being able to either approach somebody or shake someone's hand, or walk in with the presence that just calms somebody down, or maybe you're a great hugger and that just changes the dynamics of everything. Whatever it is, work to your strengths. The next way, which is a little bit harder, is choose one of your weaknesses and work on that. What is that weakness that is going to get you to the next level of your communication? What is the thing that you're looking for out of communicating? What's the thing that you might beat yourself up about in conversations? It's like, oh, I wish I was better at this. I wish I could do this. I wish I could, like I said, ask for those contact details or find a way to be able to say, hey, let's hang out again. What is your weakness? Doesn't matter what it is. Pick whatever it is and work on that. Now, it's going to be a lot harder to work on that than it is to work on your strength. But by just getting a little bit better and focusing on it over time, you'll find that it'll pick up fairly quickly if you practice it. And that's the whole idea. You've got to keep practicing it. So the next step, use both ways. Make sure you've got that strength that you're really pushing, working on that weakness at the same time, and seeing if you can just slip that in there. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit of bravery to be able to go, all right, I'm going to do this. See, we all have this fear of rejection. We don't like other people rejecting us. We don't like other people just, saying, oh, look, I'm busy, or maybe another time, or I'm not interested, or whatever. A lot of the time it goes back to our childhood, something that went on there. But whatever, at the end of the day, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to like me. And that's perfectly fine because we're all individual. We're all unique. Find your people and be okay with the rejection part. Because you know what? For the people that don't want you, there's only going to be more people that do want you. And that's fine because you can't be friends with everybody. And at the end of the day, you don't want to be friends with everybody. You got to find your people. The ones who want to spend time with you, the ones that say yes, they're going to be more likely to be your people and stick around in the long run. What's the point if the person says yes and then you go and have some sort of meeting or appointment or whatever with them and it is the most horrible interaction you've ever been in? It's like, well, this is a waste of time and I wish I never was here and I feel worse for actually doing that. Rejection is actually a good thing because if the other person doesn't want to be in contact with you, no problem. Go and find somebody that will. Go and find your people. Lastly, as you feel more confident with these skills, as in you've got your strength and you're really working that one, you've got your weakness and that one's coming up and you're really feeling a whole lot more confident with that, great, go and add something else to it. Going back to that list on your weaknesses of what else is going on in there. Or after having more conversations with people, what are you finding that is difficult or holding you up in a lot of conversations? Go and work on that one thing. It might be a tiny little thing, but that tiny little thing could be a game changer for you and get you a big jump in how you are perceived during the communication. Maybe you're now seen as a more confident communicator because you're getting better and better. I know this happens because people see me as a confident communicator, really good at all these things, and I was absolutely terrible at those things in the past. Even go back a few years ago, my skills were far worse than they are right now. I've had so much more practice lately that I've been able to use that feedback that I get from the people in order to be able to make it better, and then I'll go and pick whatever else is not working for me so well and go and work on that. So same thing for you. What is another weakness you can work on? Can you bring that up? Now remember, you don't touch that until you go to the first step, which is getting that list, making sure you're maximizing your strength and building your confidence by working on your strength. Then add a little bit more to it, a bit more risky by going to your weakness, but it's going to make things a little bit better as well. And then just keep on working at it because the more you work on it, the better it gets. The easier it gets, and the easier your communication gets, the better your life gets because you will have more people around you, more opportunities for work, social, whatever. And that is a game changer. Communication skills, they don't just stop. You don't just get to be the best and then there's nowhere to go. There's always room for improvement. And that's a good thing. Now, if you want to take back control of your mental, physical, and emotional health, join me for my free 28-day life map program. Well, I'll guide you through how to design, build, and live your ideal lifestyle. We cover communication in depth in there in order to be able to help you to be able to communicate how you feel and get more of what you want out of life. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, your ideal lifestyle. I'll see you on the inside.